So I'm just going to talk. And whatever comes out, comes out. People don't usually like it when I just talk. They like to have evidence. They like to have, oh my God, Empress. Divine Feminine. They want to have evidence. We're human. We want evidence, but we're ascending. We're on the chariot. We're going home. We're vibrant as fuck because we're star being. And you know what? Pain is our greatest teacher. You tell me. I'll tell you everything. The 144. Or is that you? I am. The 144,000 are feminine. They're females. And I'm going to say that, and I'm going to say that with utmost truth, because everything God does is in contrast, okay? Everything is as above, so below, okay? So for us to be mirroring the heavens, we have to understand what is the heavens, okay? So the heavens is the feminine. The heavens is the feminine because the feminine is rejuvenation. The heavens is love. The heavens is nurturing. And when the archons came, when the fall of man happened in the Babylonian time, the reptilian, 133 on the timer, one with Christ. When the reptilians came, they were men, okay? They were masculine beings, okay? And the masculine beings, they bred with the females, the female human. Hue. You are a hue of light. You are a hue of energy. Our DNA is light and sound frequency. So the fallen, the archon, the masculine entities, because everything in our universe is polarity, the law of polarity, okay? They bred with the females. Well, how are we going to switch the timeline? How are we going to alchemate a dark entity being race into a made new star being entity race? Well, we're going to use the law of polarity. We're going to take a chosen being, meaning my soul chose to reincarnate in this timeline in a narcissistic run family ring, narcissistic child father, narcissistic exes, to what? To be the revelations of what they can no longer become, how they can no longer operate, because me as a star being causes shifts in people's realities. So the masculine archons bred with the females, creating our new lineage that we are now washing from the face of the earth. So if I incarnate as a star being, as a 144, then my soul essence has the blueprint to alchemize my DNA into the next generation lineage. Meaning that we carry ancestral trauma. How? Through our DNA. I will judge you to the day of Adam. Judge you to the day of the father of Adam, the masculine. Woo! Man, I tell you what, does this make sense? I will judge you to the day of Adam. It doesn't say to the day of Eve. I am fucking tingling. So every 144,000 has a twin flame. They have a heavily embedded reptilian equivalent, because a soul is a polarity. When the fall of man happened, man and wife, okay, we came to earth, and we came to earth as one soul. We came to earth with a soul tie. And that was our soul tie to move forward with and experience life to date. That's why marriage is huge. Marriage is huge. But we all have a frequency that we are married to, that we come to earth to trust the process through our understanding of who we are and our lineage, to trust the process enough to have that entity get pulled in. Because when we become a frequency match with the Most High, we draw in our kingdom spouse. So the 144 are females, and they have a equivalent, okay? 144, one second. 144 mirrors 441. Okay? Because everything is as above, so below. Everything is masculine and feminine, light and dark. So the 144 has a counterpart, and it's the 441. So 441 frequency is what the pharaohs would use to attune their psychic abilities to bring in more energy to create what they want to create. 555 on the timer. We cannot manifest our best lives when we aren't equally yoked. Period. That's why the families, the mother and father, they're the waymakers. The mothers in their communities, the fathers in the communities, they are the waymakers. They show the next generation what love is, what trust is within their own energy, so with their own feminine and their own masculine, to merge as one to carry the generation blueprint forward. So yes, we can be born into families, right? Okay, yeah, I am blood to them, but what changes your blood is your understanding of that relationship. Because, you know, they say blood is thicker than water. No, it's not. It's not. You can make anything with water. Water is evolution. Blood is physical. So right now, as the feminine wake up, I don't know if you identify with the 144, that's fantastic. But the females are in charge of the ascension. The females embody source codes already because we are washing the masculine, understanding blueprint for the age of Aquarius through the conception of the next generation forward. Masculines are rooted heavy in their genetically modified blueprint. So were the feminine over time, right? Because once they bred with the human female, then more of us came out, and then that's why we all carry star DNA in us. So we do carry reptilian, man. We have a reptilian part of our brain. Hence that's how they were able to control us. But what makes a female different is that because we weren't, they couldn't manipulate the females, so they manipulated the men's DNA. So because we're more organically connected, it is easier for a female to wake up to her inner being, for her to activate her cellular DNA. DNA is light and sound frequency, okay? So when our soul wakes up and we start learning, what happens? It fires off electricity, which then changes the DNA, which then our frequency changes everybody around us, hence why we are the co-creators. Stay tuned, more to come.